Hello.
Hello.
We
It is time for scuffed things.
we back. Yeah, for the first
Yes.
time. For the first, actually, now I guess now there's two premieres here because for the first time we're gonna have a thumbnail after like after months.
You guys just got a sneak peek at our podcast as well for my stream.
And for the first, are you gonna put yourself there?
Add source. Add source. Can I paste? I want to paste.
Anyway.
Paste reference. Hold on. I have dumb idea. How can I flip this? I know the background is black, but I don't care. Oh, we can do it that. No, that's the background. Hold on. We're having some slight technical fun.
Yeah. You do realize you have to place me like.
There you go.
In a particular way because I don't have legs and I don't have like.
Yeah, I don't have. I don't have an angle. Wait. You can be on my shoulder. With your hand going in my mouth. Let's not do that.
I can feed you.
Let's just put you right here. This is already super scuffed. Where's my game?
This.
Any full screen application.
Hold on. I'm gonna pull this up real quick so that the people watching YouTube can also know what's happening.
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing Derail Valley while we're doing the podcast because apparently it's been 4 years since I've started streaming.
Right. So anyway, yeah, so that's the other premiere. We're streaming this for the first time, which isn't gonna be a regular thing, but
it's just that I
yeah,
legit
occasionally
don't have
we're
time.
just gonna stream.
Like I legit don't have any other day I can do this. I get busy sometimes. That's a surprise for me as well. When I start working, and the moment I start working, all of a sudden things happen. Like, for example, yesterday, I basically went to the recording of a TV show program, which is just satire. It's one of those programs. It was a lot of fun to be at though, with the just the news, actually being there and actually seeing stuff like, you know, the little mishaps, the misspeaking. Oh yeah, I was gonna take this one out of here. This massive load. But yeah, it was a fun experience. Although I was home quite late at like 11. Which, as I said, it is a bit. Also, some people can't drive. So I decided I'm gonna start doing something kind of dangerous, but also kind of funny. For you see, a Tesla was driving slowly while the driver was on his phone. Bad already. So, what did I decide to do is, why am I stuck? Oh, that's why. What I decided to do was overtake, but with like slightly less space than normal. You know, usually you keep a little bit of space so your overtake isn't dangerous or anything. I kept it safe. But I just had slightly less space, hoping that the Tesla would intervene because dangerous maneuver. You know, for the funny. Compass points me north. I'm at... Yeah, that is correct. But yeah, I was hoping that... I'm not sure if the Tesla actually had to do any, like, maneuvers or anything. Probably not. But I sure hope so. Because it would be incredibly funny if it were. Just imagine being on your phone, all of a sudden your car tries to turn. Like just
So basically, you're attempting to cause accident.
Not that. I don't want to cause an accident. I just want the driver to sort of jump, because the Tesla will keep him within the lines, right? That's what a Tesla does. It will keep you within your lane, because, you know, lane assist and everything.
Yeah.
So the Tesla will be safe, and usually when I overtake, I wait for the car to appear in my inside mirror. Once it appears there, it's perfectly fine to go back. And usually I wait for the headlights to show up, like both of them. Now I only did it when I saw the back of the car, or at least the doors. So I just moved slightly earlier. Like, of course, I'm not just gonna cut him off. Like, I'm not gonna do it hard, because that's just dangerous and causes accidents. I don't want to pit maneuver myself on a big expensive Tesla. I don't think my insurance will greatly enjoy it. You know?
That's not important.
Yes. I don't care about the Tesla, I care about my car insurance.
All that's important is you just hit a Tesla and it's funny as fuck.
That as well. Like, oh no, your very expensive car is now damaged because you decided to be an asshole and get on your phone while driving. Like, it's dangerous. You don't notice stuff. Like, you will drive yourself off of a cliff if you are on your phone. Has it actually happened? I mean, I think many accidents have already happened with phones being involved. You know, all that, just be on your phone. Oh no, I accidentally T-boned a family of 5. Whoops. Like, I'm sure that has happened before. It's the dangers of modern technology. Which is why I say just drive an old car. Like, you have to do... Like, it allows for more just adaptability on your end. And it allows for better driving. Because screw lane assist. I'm not dealing with that. And
honestly, once you're used to it, it's not that bad.
yeah, once you're used to it. But if you're not used to it yet...
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait,
no.
let's actually see what the weather's gonna do. Because I have to drive a steam train in the rain. And it seems that it's gonna remain wet. Nice.
So, should we get to the actual news?
I haven't even really
also,
followed much.
Can your stream even hear me? Because my character is not moving. Oh, never mind. There's just okay. There, never mind. It's delay on the.
Yeah.
Mind. It's Twitch delay.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's begin with perhaps the biggest news. There's apparently a truce between
Oh yeah, in Gaza.
Hamas and
that
Israel. Like Gaza.
Yeah, that entire thing.
Yeah. So I'm already gonna just say right away that shit ain't lasting. It's just not. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean,
I don't know the specifics of the truce, I suppose. But
there is potential that it's gonna last, but I do understand your belief that it's not gonna last, because even I'm a little bit skeptical about it. Like, on one hand, it can work, but you have to have a third party there to keep the peace. Otherwise, it is just gonna turn into an all-out war again.
yeah.
And we don't want an all-out war again. Well, it wasn't
Yeah, I guess not.
I'm not sure if you can actually see it as a war that happened. The word genocide gets thrown around a lot, which I understand.
Didn't they also, like, did The Hague actually, like, decide on that?
No, but I feel like if you actively like starve a population, then
Yeah, no, but it's only a war crime if the international court actually, like,
deems it a war.
decides
hold
on
on.
that.
There are rules that make it a war crime, but even if you commit, according to the rules, a war crime, people can still say no, it wasn't.
Until The Hague says that it was.
Yeah, but they can basically say, oh no, it was not a war crime, even though if you look through.
Well, yeah, but it is
the book of rules.
important that there's actual like, research done into that.
Yeah, it's nuanced, of course, but you can basically commit a war crime, like a full-on war crime, and then the Hague will say, no, it isn't. We're not gonna punish you.
Unlikely. If you actually do a war crime, they will call it that.
Isn't bombing
But-
civilian targets a war crime?
I think so, yes, but then it first needs to be proven that they actually did that. Like, officially.
I feel like you could say that within Ukraine.
I know they have. Yeah, I know they have, and I'm pretty sure the International Court has made a statement.
They've made a statement.
be good.
Wow.
Like it should be good, I think. Like I'm pretty sure that it is officially a war crime.
Like that's just something I've noticed with those type of with like the NATO and everything. Like you did something very illegal. We're gonna put out a statement saying that you did something bad, and then we're not gonna do shit anymore.
Oh yeah, but shoot. Doing something about it. That takes effort, man.
Yeah, so
saying something about it, that's already kind of pushing it, you know?
Waking up takes effort as well.
True.
And yet they've done it. So if I can wake up and get out of bed,
They woke up.
If I can get out of bed and wake up, they can actually punish war criminals. But I think there's also a big reason why they don't really do that. The reason is called money. It costs money, and you're punishing rich people. They have money.
Yeah.
Which means they can probably just buy people out. You know, as one does. Because of course. Like, I have to say, like, I've said this before while driving as well, like, if you have money, you basically have the power. Like how big oil companies are paying a bunch of money to keep everybody silent about dropping billions of liters of oil into the ocean. You know? If you pay people enough, they're gonna stay quiet. All you have to do is pay them enough.
Yeah.
And boy, are they paying enough.
Can they pay me?
I don't know.
How do I get them to pay me?
No idea. Can you get them to pay you so you can basically out them? So they pay you so you can go against them. The ultimate betrayal. Right
But
in.
anyway, there's a truce now. Anyway, I haven't checked out the. Maybe we should do that.
What the news apps?
The actual like specifics of that truce.
Yeah. While you're
Because
looking that up,
one thing I do know about it is that Trump wanted to get the Nobel Prize for it, like the peace one,
yeah, sure, Trump getting
and that he
getting a
didn't
prize
get
for
it.
peace.
And I did read somewhere, I don't know if this is true, but I did read somewhere that he apparently talked to the winner,
Yeah.
and he said that she was very nice. And then he said, 'cause she was fighting for like freedom or something in Venezuela, I think.
Yeah, that seems about. I think that seems about
And
right. Yeah.
and then he said, apparently, I don't know, again, I don't know if this is true, but I would not be surprised. Uh, apparently he said that she was very nice and that because America pays quite a lot of money to Venezuela, that he is in part like responsible, like in part, you know, helped her.
Yeah. Sure.
The man was crediting himself anyway. Yeah.
Of course, the man was crediting himself. You know.
Yeah. But anyway, so there is that.
Also, I just want to have a quick talk about Dutch politics because
what happened now?
one government party, you know, that each party has to put in a plan, right? They have to give a plan, and then that plan goes to some people. That plan goes to some people, and you know, then they make their thing about it. They make their actual like idea stuff, and then that gets that then goes out to the public, and the public has a look at it, says I agree with their views, and then votes on them, right? Well, what they showed as a plan was not the same
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
as what they told the
'Cause
public.
Yeah.
So guess what? People
Yeah.
were annoyed.
I wonder where you learned this information.
Yes, I was there when it was presented live.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, they just said like, but not even like, oh, you just like missaid something, right? Like, no, it was actually just completely different.
Like, in their program that they send out to the public, they said, we're not doing anything with the retirement age. But in the plan that they gave, they actually said they want to
Yeah.
raise it.
Yeah.
So yeah. It got a bit out of hand. And not only that, it's just dishonest. Now, to be fair,
Yes.
it's a political party. What do you expect from them?
Fair. Which party was it again?
Ja, 21.
Was het jij 21?
Yeah.
21.
Yes. They were the ones being a little bit, how do I put this? Weird.
Fucky wucky.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know. Actually, while we're on political news, let's talk some shit about another party.
Which one?
The the farmers party, the BBB.
Ah, that party.
Because they also said something very funny.
Like what?
So they kept blaming that. So you know they've tried to make a bunch of laws, and none of them got through the what's that called?
Like
They make the law, but then there's like another like room basically that has to look at it. Not the first one, a different one.
I thought you were gonna say the
That has
first one.
to check if they're even like possible at all according to you know, the laws we already have, to European laws, all that, right?
Budgets, especially.
Yeah, that's well, but I think it's mostly on actual, like, on law that already exists.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also partially does it fit within our budget because money is a big thing.
Now, this group that has to look at that, it's 17 people. They have to be anonymous, like, so if they all have to come to an agreement, it's not like a voting thing, they all have to agree.
Yeah.
Which means that no matter what party they originated from, that doesn't matter. In fact, most of them didn't even originate from any party. Now, the Farmers' Party was like, well, none of our laws got through there because, like, over 50% of them in that room are D66, which is another Dutch political party.
Yeah.
You wanna guess how many of those 17 are D66? Which again doesn't even matter if they were. But how many do you guess?
Out of the 17,
Yes.
8.
2.
2. Seriously.
2. Yup. But she kept insisting on like, well, but you know, it's that party. And it's like, no, your laws just don't work. Stop. So yeah, I thought that was very funny.
Understandable.
I mean, in a way, it also isn't, but
Yeah, I mean, I understand that it isn't funny, but at the same time, I mean, political parties love blaming each other.
true.
Like you can say all you want, but if a political party has the chance to blame another party and make them look bad so they get less votes during the next election, then no, trust me, they will do it. They love blaming each other. And we, the people, have to apparently just deal with that.
Yep.
Which I find a tad bit weird.
Well,
But hey, that's politics.
Yeah, that's just how it is. I mean, Well, we've already talked about this before. I just hate the way politics is anyway.
It's just show.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I should also probably start doing some actual research in who has plans that actually can work.
And yeah, I guess that would be an option, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm voting for. I don't give a shit who becomes the biggest, because that's another thing I don't like is that you have like, what do you call them in English?
You have to parties
And
cannot like
they start
often
asking people who are you gonna vote for, and then they put that on a chart.
yeah, like you have your
Like
yeah, basically it's predicting basically. It's just like
yeah,
well,
yes,
it's
kind
gonna
of.
and
But you know
sometimes
what
it's
the
correct,
problem with
sometimes it
that
isn't.
is?
What?
The problem with that is like right now, if you were to check that, I don't know the exact numbers of it, but I assume that the
I looked at it
VVV
today. They're gonna
and
be
the
around the same
Hunlings
size.
are
It's gonna
they
also remain around the
the
same
biggest
size.
ones probably.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, but they're probably like the biggest ones, is what I mean.
which is kind of
Now,
funny.
my issue with that,
Yeah.
my issue with that, there's people that will look at that and not agree with one of them, but still vote for it anyway, just so that the other one doesn't get the biggest. But what happens then is that now the line for that one goes up, which means other people will now vote for the other party, even if they don't agree with it, because they really don't want the other one.
Yeah.
And that is why we have like 2 or 3 big parties in the, in the actual government,
Yeah.
and
It's
not
also
and then a bunch of really smaller ones, and why it's not more evenly spread.
it's also the fact that you usually have to form a coalition. Like
Yeah.
because of course we don't have a party with the majority. That means that that party's gonna have to work together. You're gonna have to form a coalition. Otherwise you just don't get to rule. That sometimes can take months. I think last time it took half a year to form a coalition. Just to get one coalition ready, it took our government half a year to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Which, in my opinion, is a bit weird. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be... You basically kind of know it might take a month to get everybody in line and agree on stuff because you have to come to an agreement. And it's basically just a compromise, like... Oh yeah, I want this. Yeah, but I don't want that. Then... You basically, if you have... Jimmy, let's say you have a thing that you want and I don't want, and I have a thing that I want but that you don't want, then we'll basically say... Right, we'll either do neither or we'll do both. Depending on what subject it's about, or... If it's about 2 different subjects, then... We say, alright, if you get to do that, then I get to do this. So... You have to first make a compromise. After that has happened, then you have a government, and 4 years later, you get to do the voting all over again.
Yeah.
Because, yay, more voting. But, well, it's the Netherlands, and we have to deal with it, because we live in it.
Yes.
And... Like... What you're saying, Jim, is that you would go for the party that has the most reachable goal.
Yeah.
I do have a feeling it would still need to align with your views a little bit. Like, not just...
Yeah, obviously.
But that makes a lot of sense, because, you know...
But I would rather vote for a party that I don't fully agree with, that at least has, like... plans that, like, they thought out and that can happen, then I would vote for a party that yells things that will get votes because people agree.
You know, it sounds bad that I'm gonna say this, but you basically just described the entire far right
A lot of it, yeah.
with the whole we're gonna just scream things that people want without saying how
Yeah,
we're gonna
but
do it.
here's the deal. It's not even that I fully disagree with everything I mean, okay, the far right. Yeah. Duh.
Yeah.
But like there are some more right ideas that I do agree to.
Yeah.
But then they come out and are like, "Hey, we're gonna do this." I'm like, "No, you're not." Good fucking luck.
Yeah. I mean, sure, there are some rules and regulations that I'm like, why are those even that way?
Yeah.
When they definitely shouldn't. But apparently they are because, yeah.
That is something I like about the SGP, I think it is, which is a Christian party.
A very Christian
Uh,
party.
They have this thing, and this annoys me very much as well, where they will parties, especially now that like elections coming up, they do this a lot. They will bring in a like a request or whatever, like a thing into the, you know, present an idea basically.
Yeah.
For like a statement or law or whatever. That is completely meaningless because it already exists. But they will do it. Like for instance, recently there was one by the PVV, the Freedoms Party.
Yeah.
That was like
Hello.
Hello.
oh, hello. And it was against like, what do you call it? Discriminating Jewish people.
Isn't it just
And
basically
every
against
party-
discrimination?
Yes. Yes, which already is literally our first law, is don't discriminate.
Yeah. It's in the
So
it's in
this
the
thing
part
is
of laws that you
meaningless.
cannot change.
Yeah, this is a completely meaningless suggestion. But all the parties are in favor of it, because otherwise people are gonna be like, oh, so they're in favor of discrimination. And it's like, no.
I wonder
just
where you
meaningless.
got this story from.
Yeah, I know. No, but it really annoys me that this is a thing.
Yeah, they basically.
And like, and one thing that I do appreciate about the SFP is that they always vote against these statements, even if they agree with them. They still vote against it because it's meaningless.
Yeah, like for context, to the viewers of the podcast and the viewers of my stream, we have like when elections come up, they just put in like ideas, they present them so they can turn into laws potentially. However, with the elections being like months away, there is no way that they are getting done in time. So they just do it to kind of rally the people.
Yeah.
That is their entire idea. You rally the people, they get excited for it, and that's when shit hits the fan quite rapidly. And everybody hates it, yet it happens.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't even know about it. They just see the social media posts and then they go from there.
Pretty much.
Because everybody has social media, but not everybody does research. Like, nobody does research.
Yeah. Well, research nowadays means I saw this on Facebook.
I took
We hebben gestaan op Facebook.
I was shitting.
Exactly. I was thinking of doing that. I was like, no, this is an English podcast.
Like, I took a shit. And while I was shitting, I was looking on Facebook. And then I saw
Why do
this
you have
post.
Facebook?
Yeah, that's the
Oh
thing.
wait,
I don't.
you're making a metaphor. Okay, never
Yeah.
mind.
I do have Facebook. I only use it for Volkswagen stuff because everybody Because the usual target audience of old Volkswagens are boomers, and they love Facebook. So yeah. Or to keep my progress in games. Hey,
Right.
sometimes that comes in quite handy.
Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, I don't use Facebook at all. I mainly just scroll Reddit like a true virgin. Am I?
Okay.
What? Oh, I need to add water. But yeah. Let's see. Do we have other news? What's the speed limit here? 80 and 50.
Yes. I actually have another thing, and it's actually quite concerning.
All right.
Actually, before I talk about this, I'm gonna check if it's true.
Throw out the idea, I guess. Just so
Hold
so we can get a little bit of a taste for it, you know?
It's about China.
So,
Oh.
But I'm first going to...
why is my fire so
Okay. It seems like it might be true now.
And what is
Let me just
true?
let me just quickly read this.
What, I can just back that into there, and then go forward or switch there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Alright.
Right, okay. So, China has made the statement that they are the biggest military unit, or the strongest military unit in the world,
Yeah.
because they have like a shitload of really powerful nuclear weapons that are strong enough that they're fast enough that you can't like
Intercept.
them.
Ah, yeah.
I can't find the statement that a colleague of mine said they made. So that might not be true, which is good. Other than that there's more tensions with Taiwan, because of course there are.
China still think it belongs to them. In the
Yeah,
meantime, the entire world is like,
but
no, it ain't.
the fact that they start taking pride in having nuclear weapons with, you know, in something that has to do with Taiwan, that is quite concerning. Yeah, I would agree to that.
That does seem like they want to do something, but the
Because
problem.
because they also still plan to make that one with them again.
Yeah, but the problem is, right? If they decide to nuke Taiwan to make sure it, oh well, modern nuclear bombs don't really have that fallout anymore. Like, when you have an actual
It
atom
depends.
bomb,
Do they decide
it
to
it
have fallout or not?
But
it depends on what. If you go for hydrogen bombs, which I think are the modern ones, they seem to have less, you know, of that nuclear fallout that brings a nuclear winter, ruins everything. Say goodbye to inhabiting your house for the next 22,000 years.
Are
What
we
if I
gonna get another
Okay.
climate crisis, but this time we have to stop nuclear fallout?
I can't find what my
Only use
colleague was
normal
talking about.
bombs.
I can't find what my colleague was talking about, so I think it wasn't real, so in that case I also won't bring it up here, because I don't want panic to spread. I don't want to be the person to spread panic.
You don't? Why not?
What? China is threatening or something?
I can talk about it later after the podcast. I'm not gonna say it on YouTube.
Aww.
But no, they were not threatening with them. While I would say that the fact that they make that statement
Is It's a
it's kind of a threat in of itself, but they haven't
Yeah.
been like, we're gonna use them.
We're gonna use nuclear weapons. But in reality, the moment you do it, everybody does it, and it's mutually assured destruction, also known as MAD. Because you'd be mad to try it.
Yeah.
I think I'm going the wrong way.
Is that known as MAD?
Well, if you shorten mutually assured
Can
destruction,
we,
Yeah, but I.
can we all
yeah.
just quickly do like a little imagining thing, like a little
a little bit of
thought
fancy.
experiment is not the word, but just let's all just like close our eyes, just imagine a world with no weapons and no pride and no
Don't do this while you're driving,
no
by the way. Don't
envy
close
or
your eyes.
whatever. Just fucking, yeah, unless you're like driving, don't close your eyes if you're driving, but
Just imagine the song Imagine by John Lennon.
exactly, just imagine like a nice peaceful world with no weapons and no violence and nothing, and then we all make a space fleet and go invade them.
What?
Yep. That makes perfect sense. Yeah.
'Cause they can't defend themselves.
Yeah. You could like you would basically get the answer like you got rid of all your weapons.
That's how that's how we unite humanity. We'll just invade another world that can't defend themselves.
Well, I still find, you know what I find funny at some
That
point?
might actually work. Yeah. Great plan.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what's funny to think about sometimes?
I'm a run for president with that, so I'm sure.
We're gonna invade Mars. Oh wait, we already have someone like that.
Yeah,
you-
we're kind of already are doing that.
You can befriend someone. Just know that he is very bad at Elden Ring,
Yes.
and that he apparently he's also bad at Path of Exile, which exposed him that he like hires people to play games for him.
And that he also likes the 1940s
What are we
Germans.
talking about here?
Musk.
The one that made a stainless steel box
Wait,
that
who
is
who do you think we're
falling
talking
apart.
about?
Well, I thought it was Musk, and well, I guess I haven't heard about everything.
Well,
When
I'm
we
sure
were still
you've
at Mars, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Musk, but
yeah,
Yeah.
like
No,
he has
uh,
some
you
weird
should
thing
know
with
this,
the
that he
planet.
hired people to play games for him.
no, I have not heard of this.
So he was ranked like top 20 or something in the game Path of Exile, which apparently top players in the game spend like 40 hours back to back sometimes to like keep that rank, right?
Yeah.
So
because-
someone as busy as him just could not do that. And then he live streamed himself playing it. And a lot of high level items he had like nothing to say about. He was just like, oh yeah, I gotta level that up. Oh yeah, I gotta level that up. Like, it just, he had all these rare shit that he just didn't care about. Because he didn't know what it was. And he didn't know basic mechanics.
That's the biggest giveaway.
If you have that much money where you can just hire somebody to fake it all,
Yeah.
honestly, fair enough.
Yeah, but then don't
Yeah, but this
don't
is how
do
it
it at
came
such
out.
a high level, because then people
And
are
then
gonna
people-
get pissed.
And then people took a closer look
Yeah,
at
but
his
it-
Elden Ring
it-
build.
It is
Which-
just kind of him trolling, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, no, because he was trying to be serious about that. He was like, oh, he was top 20 in Path of Exile, you know, like, he was a gamer like us, and he's like, and then it came out, no, he wasn't. But also, then people look at his Elden Ring build, and it is pathetic. His stats were spread so, like, strange. He was carrying 2 shields. Why? Why do you need more than 2 shields?
In case your one shield isn't enough and you want to be double protected.
Honestly,
no, but it wasn't like, oh, one shield in one hand and one shield in the other, because there's actually a possibility to do that. Like, there is some merit to some builds to do that. He was carrying 2 shields in his offhand that he could switch between.
I need to find a water tower. Where is a water tower here? There. Because I'm
So
fully...
yeah, it became a meme in the Elden Ring community. Just like beat the game with his build. Also, he was overloaded. No, we're not overloaded, but he was heavyweight, which is not great.
I just realized I'm completely out of water. In my steam engine. You know, that uses water as its source of movement and also overheating protection. You know, that type of train that doesn't have water anymore. Which means if I use too much, I'm going to dump my fire, get a different engine to push to a place that has water, give the engine water again. Why? Can I run faster at least? Yeah, I'm running slow. But yeah. Also, apparently here in the Netherlands, we struggle with giving people their voting pass.
Wait, really?
I have it. I have it right here.
Yeah, I also have mine, but apparently thousands of people do not.
Haha. No more
Because-
democracy.
Well, it's just that, you know, the people that got
that do actually believe that are now like, see, we
No, but
told you.
it's mainly with the mail that it goes wrong. Like,
Yeah, but Jules, the government is manipulating the mail.
Exactly. All the whoppies were right.
why would they?
Like, have they not given you the money yet?
No? Are they gonna
What?
now?
You're supposed to vote for the BBB. You're supposed to vote for them.
You're supposed to vote for the party that's
they-
not gonna ruin the country.
Did they not give you that money yet to do that?
Nope.
Oh, lucky you.
Vote for the party that's not gonna ruin the country. Well, that'd be a hard vote
That
The
is
pirate
also
at the
Party.
moment.
that's also subjective, meaning I technically told you who to vote for, but it's still up to you. Which
Can
means
we all
I
just,
didn't
can
influence
we
your
all
vote.
can we all just vote for the pirate party for the joke, just to see what would happen?
I hope you realize
I
how
don't know what
dumb
they
that
stand
actually
for at all.
sounds.
I just know they exist.
I know you
Yeah,
realize.
aren't they also like in Horn? I think.
Probably.
Uh,
I mean, they're doing the national like.
You have to
I
vote
think
in-
at some point during my third internship, I worked with somebody who was actually part of the party in Horn.
Yeah, but like you should have the list, right? Because in the Netherlands, we actually can give people a list of people that are in
Yeah,
the
no,
government.
In America, they
Wait.
can't do that. They do
No, that's
have
true.
lists. They just can't give them.
No, they just can't do that. But here, before you vote, you get an entire list of people that are gonna be up for voting, so you can actually see. So you can already decide. All right, I'm gonna vote on this person, because you don't vote on a party, you vote on a person.
Within a party,
Yes.
which often just leads to people, he is number one in the party, I'll vote for him.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do that.
You don't?
know-
You actually see which person you're voting for?
You know, I did a kind of weird version of that. I just looked for the funniest last name.
Oh my god. So what I do, I find the party that aligns the
But-
most.
Well,
With
why
what
is
I
it
want.
completely not surprising that Jules just makes it a complete meme on who he votes for?
Just
Well, that's
Question.
more reason for you to vote the pirate party.
is the last name funny? Yes.
But no, I vote by like I find a party that aligns most with what I would want, right? And
Yeah.
then within that, I will go down the list. I'm not gonna check all of them. I'm gonna go down the list, starting with one, and just go down until I find the person. And I think I'm gonna do this again this year, and that's what I've done the previous years as well. Who seems to know the most about like cybersecurity and that sort of stuff.
The actual parts where you're concerned about.
Yes, because most people in the government are not enough concerned about that sort of stuff, like about the digital things, which is quite concerning considering the age we live in.
Yeah, but considering the government is usually a generation behind.
Yeah, that's yeah. Which means it's our turn.
Yeah, but unfortunately, nobody is willing to go into politics.
So, Yoram, you were gonna run for president, you said?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, we already spoke about
Yeah.
our points, didn't we, Jim? Like half
Did
a
we?
year ago.
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, bring back the Crusades.
Oh right, yeah. Yeah, you go talk to the Pope for that. Yeah.
Like, can we do another one, please?
Yeah,
Can
no,
we? Can
I
we? Are
don't
we
buy
allowed
into
to?
the Pope.
No,
So.
I know you're not with the Pope, but he's the one that did the crusade last time. So
Yeah,
What are
well,
you gonna? What are you
these
even
are the
gonna?
new Crusades.
the new crusade, the Protestant crusade.
Like, what are you gonna do? Even like go, call them up and be like, please, can we? Like a child asking.
You're gonna nail more
parent-
critiques on church doors on the way.
That's gonna start another
Yeah,
war.
definitely.
You know, like it did last time.
Last time?
I-
History?
the- Yeah,
What?
quick
do you
history
not
lesson.
Know? Do you
Was-
not know how the Protestants happened?
Of course I did.
You had something
I
named-
was about to say.
like-
you know that's basically all you get in like.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm gonna
you
give a
get it
quick
way too
rundown.
much here.
For
Yeah, I
people
know.
that don't know, right? You basically had the church, and it was at the time where they
Oh, yeah,
basically
I guess
said,
this is
They
probably
mentioned the
for-
Catholic Church at the time.
yeah, at the Catholic Church at the time basically was saying you can buy your way into heaven because we want money.
Yeah.
And
Well,
at some
they
parts
didn't
it
say
still
the most
happens.
part.
The Pope wanted to build a gigantic church.
So at that point, a person named Martin Luther decided, I'm gonna nail some critique to church doors.
75 reasons.
Yeah.
Like,
He wrote down a bunch of reasons, was like, I'm gonna nail this to the doors. Did that,
yeah.
How many should I?
and 69.
76.
What did you say, Jim?
76. You gotta one up him.
No, or just 69 because funny number.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna answer that as well.
Yes.
In that case, go all the way with 420.
Like, you one up him, and it's a funny number.
So I'll hear from you next year.
325. I didn't know one for this one, but I had another one.
Yeah,
so
I'll
here you go.
hear from you next year once you've written them all down with real ink.
Yeah.
Real ink.
Like, I still have a pen you can use.
Do you have like one of those pens?
I don't.
as well. We have a calligraphy pen at home.
Like, I don't really. I have. You know the pen I have. I used to write with it at school.
Oh, that stupid thing.
Oh no,
that
no,
doesn't
but
really
we haven't.
count.
No, no, no. We have an actual calligraphy pen
Yeah, exactly. I need a feather, Joel.
with like, well, it's not a feather, but it has like the tips, and there's like a bunch of different tips for like different, different sizes and stuff, and like, and you gotta
I'm
dip
pretty
it
sure-
into the ink, and you gotta.
I'm pretty sure
do the
both
thing.
my sister independently both got themselves one, so I could also just ask them.
Why do they have that? Actually, one of them draws. Yeah, I could see that.
Both draw.
Oh, I've only seen the one draw.
Yeah. Actually, do you not? No, I guess you don't know this, but Stevens is actually doing art school.
Ah.
Oh.
She got accepted?
Wait.
Yes.
Good, that
Oh, yeah,
prevented
yeah, that's
another
quite
World
a
War
while
from
ago.
happening.
uh, yeah.
We all know what happened last time when somebody got rejected from art school.
Not
Well,
wait.
I don't think that was last time, to be fair, but
Well, well, actually, it's not that bad.
No, he is
I
the
don't, I
only
don't
one
think
who
she's
got
into politics.
rejected.
So,
yeah, no, he's the only one that ever got rejected from art school, definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, not
Yeah.
all those like
well, before maybe, but after that, they definitely allowed almost everybody in.
no they didn't.
Well,
Well,
to
they
be
still.
fair,
Getting into art school
the standard these days is if you can put a banana on a canvas, then you're there. So
No,
No,
if you
no,
can
no,
tape a
getting
banana
into
to a
art school
wall.
is actually pretty difficult, at least in the Netherlands.
Hmm?
Getting into art school is actually pretty difficult in the Netherlands.
yeah, well, I mean, this is an MBO, so it's not that difficult, but well, I say that, but I don't.
Like,
There
how-
is like a genuine selection process.
Like,
Yeah,
how do you
like,
get into
they
it
do
even?
look like they prefer if you have like HAFO at least. Or already like a different art study before it.
Yeah, but my question is, how do you even then get into the art school? Like, do you,
By submitting your art.
you apply.
submit. Yeah, you apply.
Like, you just-
and you
you basically-
show what you made.
How did you get your paper? Did you just show up and not apply?
Yeah, he was actually never registered in the school.
yeah, totally
Also,
didn't have
you
a
guys,
card
do
for it.
remember that process where you had to like answer a bunch of math questions and stuff?
No.
No.
No. Well,
You did it?
they at least for me they asked to do a test to see if I was able to do the.
I think
For-
that has more to
for
do with your
this
dyslexia
school-
than it has to do with.
Yeah.
For the one you're doing now, or
No,
for
no, no.
originally?
For MBO. We
I
had to
don't
do,
remember that, but
we-
wait.
We had to do a test for that.
I think it
I don't
more has to do
remember.
with your.
Did that
lack
depend on
of-
what kind of math that you were taught at school, like before?
I don't know.
Or maybe it was like if depending on your.
Is there
grade, I don't
even
know.
different levels of math in TL?
Yeah, there is. There's math A and math B.
Op TL ook?
I don't know.
I don't think there
yeah.
is on there
No.
is on TL. There definitely is at like HAVO and VWO, but
Oh yeah, if you go
I think there
higher,
is on
then
TL.
there are definitely like a lot of different levels, like different flavors of math.
Yeah.
different flavors of math.
Each one more
I
difficult than the
preferred,
last one.
I prefer mint.
Ah.
Minty math.
Pythagoras. No, not the
Trigonometry and
triangle.
everything.
The one where he said that 1 is not actually the first number, but 2 is the first number.
Why?
We watched like a whole video about this at some point. I don't fully remember why.
Was
It was
one
like
not
because-
enough?
It was like because 1 times 1 is still 1.
Yeah.
But 2 you can actually divide and you can actually...
Yeah, I guess that's the first character that actually has the
Yeah,
attributes of a number.
yeah, that
if you
was
will.
basically it, yeah.
Although technically -1 exists, but just ignore that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but -1 times
No, that
minus
doesn't
1.
fit in Greek philosophy, okay?
Oh yeah, it
I don't
doesn't
know
fit
if it
within
does.
Greek
Maybe it
philosophy.
does,
That
I
means
have
it's
no
gonna be
idea.
He was not
scuffed.
really Greek though, was he?
Was he not Greek?
I don't know.
He was Greek, right? Pythagoras, yeah, he was Greek. He was
I
Greek
don't know.
philosopher.
I actually don't know anything about him, so I don't know.
He was a Greek philosopher.
I never imagined him as a Greek. I don't know why.
Why not? Most math came from Greece. I'm pretty sure the one that we use today.
I don't think they had pi yet in Greece.
Well, did they have a good recipe? at
No.
l-
I think they had
There-
the basic of it. I'm not sure. I know that, what's his name? Gravity Man.
Newton.
Newton. I think he discovered
not
a
Greek.
lot. No, but I think he's the one who discovered a lot of like numbers in pi, but not all of it. Like
Yeah,
someone else started it.
I think it was you know Neil deGrasse Tyson,
Yeah.
that dude who is almost a scientist. That dude.
Wait.
I think he at some point like put down on what Newton did, and it was like all these great things like
You mean the... Wait, who are we talking about?
Neil deGrasse Tyson. If you
Do
look
I-
up a
do I
picture
know
of him,
him?
you'll probably recognize him.
yeah, you definitely
For some
know
reason
him.
in my mind, it's the guy that was sentenced for human trafficking.
What?
But I think that's someone else.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't think he is either convicted or even suspected of.
Okay, well then it's someone else.
No, but Newton like invented algebra, did all that,
Yeah.
and then the list goes on, and then he like turned 24 or something. It's absolutely mad.
right, I've
Wait,
added.
After he
He
did
was a-
all that,
he was only 24 years old.
something like that, 20 something. He was not old.
Damn, we're behind on schedule on what we are supposed to be doing, I think.
Yes.
I think we're not capable of what he did.
Yeah,
Oh.
because it has already been done. What he did.
Oh yeah. No, you're right. If we were in his shoes, we definitely could have done that. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can
definitely.
watch
It's hard.
apples fall from... I can watch apples fall from trees.
Yeah, can you also come up with our entire course that we had at school, because that's basically what he did, and more, without help, without Oskam.
Oh, without Oscom is a big ask.
You have
My
to
point
pay
exactly.
for the water before you get it? What kind of bullshit scam is that?
That sounds fairly reasonable.
Well,
Usually that's how.
if let me
an economy
explain
works.
this. Let me explain the scenario a little bit more. I refilled the water in my steam engine. The water only appeared inside of my steam engine the moment I paid for the water. So I put it in, but only when I pay for it does it appear.
I don't think that's physically possible, but here we are.
I was about to say, do you notice my slight confusion? With that whole scenario of... Like, I'm currently putting more water in, it's full, I'm gonna pay for that water again. Alright, now I'm fully filled up. Then we're gonna shove it into reverse a little bit more. And get fresh coal. And then we're gonna connect back up to my train. I won't get I definitely won't get a time bonus for this, but who cares? Who needs a time bonus anyway if you're already gonna earn a lot of money? Am I already above?
Free holiday, Jules. Always accept a free holiday.
Yeah, of course. You get fired.
Speaking of holiday, you guys have plans?
Depends on when.
Work.
Oh wait, you still have a job.
We
Yeah.
both have a
You-
job.
Wait, you guys don't have holiday. Wait.
I have a
Yes.
holiday if I ask for one.
Yeah, which means, Jim, we can do it cheap. Because we can basically say
you guys
that
can
we
actually
are...
decide when to go on holiday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We may have less holidays overall, but we can actually decide when. So we can go during the season where nobody is gonna try and go. We don't... Because
Right.
often, especially in the Netherlands, if you go on vacation during school holidays, prices go up. Like the hotel and all that pricing goes up because, well, hotels and everything, resorts, they know that demand is going to go up. And supply and demand, economics and everything. If the demand goes up,
I
but the supply
mean-
remains the same, the price goes up.
We're not at school right now, dude. Come on.
I've already given a history
Well-
lesson.
Here's the thing with that, though, Bush.
Yeah.
I'm someone who plans to spend holidays like writing and drawing and video editing. Like,
Yeah, you spend them at home.
so I don't give a shit when it is.
Well, you
Yeah,
could do all those things in Switzerland or something.
Yeah.
And you're forgetting, Jim. At some point, I will drag you to London.
Dude, my father today, he was like, "Are you preparing to go to London yet?" I was like, "Why?" You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's a sumo tournament in London, and it's like the biggest sumo tournament in the world that is normally only hosted in Japan, and this is like the second time in history that it's not been hosted
Well-
in Japan.
You have the money, just go.
No! Why would I want to go to a sumo wrestling tournament?
I don't know, but
I mean, you already picked up kendo, so you know.
if you're
Th-
If you're
That's
gonna-
not the same at all!
Jim,
It's both Japanese.
if you're gonna go to
Well,
London,
yeah.
like the reason I want to drag you to London is because I want to shove you inside of an HMV.
I mean,
Into the
we could
store.
drag him to Japan, surely.
Probably, yeah.
Well, London is a little bit cheaper,
We
you
found a
know?
destination.
I do have to say, London, that bit cheaper.
Thing is, though, thing with Japan,
Well, once you're there, not. I think Japan is
Hey.
cheaper once you're there. But
thing with
Depends on
Japan,
where you go.
not to like the busy cities. I'm not doing that.
well, to see, yes, but not to stay, probably.
Yeah.
Even to go
But I
to.
would go to like calmer areas. I would see the temples and stuff. Like that seems cool.
Also, well, public transport in Japan is also good.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
it's a lot better than ours.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
London
except
also
it's,
has-
very full.
London does also have very good public. Like if you just stay in London, which you can easily do if you go for a couple of days. Trust me. London is big. The underground is just, apart from the older ones where it's quite loud. Like you do basically put like your earphones in because otherwise it's gonna be really annoying. Apart from that, like the newer lines, it's just you get on, you sit there for like 10 minutes, boom, you are basically halfway across London already. It is stupidly
He
simple.
finally, it only took so many years and so many hours of learning about trains, but he finally learned how they worked.
No, I just know how they work. Like you just sit on the train, you wait, you get off the train at a different place.
Yeah. I know that's how they work, but apparently that took a while.
Yeah, I also know that you know how they work because we've been going with the same train for years. We've been-
Yes. Well,
we've
not
basically been
anymore.
Traveling together.
Speaking of which, I had a terrible week this week in terms of train rides.
Boohoo cries in car ownership.
I don't own a car though.
I do.
I know. But how can I cry in car ownership if
No,
I
I'm-
don't own a car?
I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna be like, oh no. Anyway,
But you weren't the one crying.
sarcasm.
This,
Yep.
this feels confusing.
Yes.
Okay,
know,
well,
I am-
the point was, day one, so Monday, no electricity.
So
So
no
luckily
trains.
my father could pick me up at Almelo, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Next day, somebody jumped in front of it.
The train you were in
Guess they did-
or somewhere.
No,
That's,
somewhere
uh,
along the line.
That's
Ah.
not great.
So that day was even worse in terms of traveling. because
Yeah.
now the entire line was gone, and I had to go from Hengelo by bus, which sucked.
Oh, you had to use the bus. Ah,
Yes, our favorite experience, Azul.
the bus. The bus that took like 50 minutes when it shouldn't have taken that long. That bus.
Well, I don't know if it was that bus because, well, I
Well,
don't
no,
keep track of the drivers.
That actually was replacement. That was
Yeah.
train replacement. So
Well, I don't know if it was the exact bus, but
no, but
it was one of those kinds of buses. Yes.
it was replacement. Yeah. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It's really just a hit or miss. Like you can get really good ones where everything just goes smoothly, and it's actually
Almost
on
like they
time.
hire just a bunch of people and hope they end up with good people.
The amount of Polish number plates you see on those buses is abnormal.
I don't
Like,
know if it will be abnormal, but
I'm not
it's
here to
definitely a lot.
discriminate, but if you're going to run replacement services within the Netherlands to replace trains, and you basically need to have a constant bus service, maybe get people with some, like, that are actually, you know, fluent in the language that of the country they're in. You know, because who doesn't love having to take a bus instead of a train, and then the train driver doesn't even speak Dutch, and it's never clear where you have to go, so you ask the bus driver. Oh wait, he doesn't speak Dutch. Do you see the issue?
Well, you could have gone to. I don't know where it was today, but there was another protest about immigration again.
Well, I'm not gonna protest about immigration because it is, in this economy, necessary. You know,
Wait, how is that necessary in this economy?
do you know all those workers that are usually from Poland?
Basically, they do
Netherlands?
shit you don't feel like doing.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I know, but
But if you
that's
get
not
rid of that,
majority of the
if you
No,
decide,
no, the majority
immigration
is
at
the
this
majority
time.
is students.
yeah, so you basically want to
yeah,
introduce a bunch of
I don't
brain
know the
drain.
current situation of vluchtelingen and all that.
Well, like-
that is like 20% or something.
Yeah, it's a small amount,
So that's not that
considering to the.
No, but people like to blame them. But it's literally
Yeah.
about 20%. I think about
Like 14,000, I think.
50% or something is students. A lot are also, you know, like for work,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and there was another one. I don't remember
Another
what the
girl.
other one was.
Category.
Yeah.
Like there has been a lot of discussion about stuff sometimes about if you have, like, there's a housing crisis throughout the entire Netherlands, and apparently with the laws as they currently are, people that escape their country to go to the Netherlands can get a house quicker than, you know, the actual population of the Netherlands. So it can be seen as quite unfair if you, a person who has been there the entire time and has worked hard to save a lot of money, can't get a house, but a person that just arrived, that just walked in, gets a house within 2 weeks.
I mean that is kind of not great.
And
To be
I mean,
fair.
of course, they have basically nothing, and we have the ability to save up for years upon years, but it also just seems incredibly unfair to give one group an immediate
Well,
advantage while leaving the
But
other
why,
group to fend for
why do
themselves.
we need to save up for years and years?
You know, you have to save up for a couple of years so you have money. So when you go to the bank, you can say, I want to borrow this amount of money.
Yeah, okay,
I
but
have
if you
this
went
is
back
your-
in the day, right? Like way back in the day,
Yeah.
you could buy a house within a year or a year and a half.
Yeah, it's also like you basically have to go to the bank, show that you're a low enough risk for the amount of money you want to borrow. So it's, if you want to do it the smart way, you basically need to have a good yearly income, because the bank wants that, a solid contract at a company that is going to remain stable over the next, like, just exist over the next couple of years with your pay, that might increase even. So the bank can assume that if you pay, that you're going to be able to give the money. But if you also say, I'm going to bring in, well, if you're going to bring in a bunch of your own money, you have to borrow less, which is good for you, because it means your monthly payment is lower, or the total amount of time of your loan is lower. So you basically, if you want to borrow a bunch of money, like if you want to get a mortgage for a house, then you're basically gonna either bring a bunch of money with you, and just, you know, if you have brought that bunch of money with you, then you also have to show that, hey, I'm gonna be earning this much money for at least the next 5 years or something. Like, make sure you have a good contract, because if your banks don't see you as a person, they see you as a risk, because they borrow you the money, they want it back eventually, which means that if they think you are going to be high risk, that you might not have the money to pay, or if you're not going to pay, then they're gonna crank up their pricing and make it incredibly expensive, or they just straight up won't give you money. Same with insurance. If they deem you a high risk, you can kiss goodbye to any possibilities, because that's today's economy. So if you want to have a good yearly income, here's the trick: become an engineer. Then you earn money and you're useful to society. Because, you know. Ooh. I have good news.
The push. Now there will be like a bunch more engineers, and we'll get less money because there's more engineers.
That is true. Well, at my company I work at, there is so much work that we basically don't have to, like, we don't have to worry about the amount of work. There's actually too much. And it's actually, I think, one of the project leaders and everything, the project managers, I think one of them even had a burnout. Because
that's not good.
Yeah, but I do understand very well why. You have to manage one or multiple projects, and all the people you have, you have phone calls, just contact in general with, they all have like a different idea. They're like, it's like a thing happens, or some things aren't done, and everything is now messy, where they have to just start, like, you have to start fixing a lot of stuff. Like, even today, like, the project manager and the person guiding me are both gone. They're both on location at the moment, or at least they were there today. I assume they're home by now. I hope so. But I got a phone call, like, on my company phone, because I got a company phone. Yay. And the basically was like, yeah, we've noticed some like fire resistant valves.
Noticed unusual activity.
Well, they've noticed that some valves are used to, to protect from fire, because nothing's dumber than having a wall that is fireproof, and then you have a pipe running through it that isn't.
Right.
Meaning that, congratulations, the fire is just going to go through the hole that it burned into the wall. So you put a valve in there that as soon as there's fire, it closes and it just seals itself. So no air can go through. You know, safety. Well, there were multiple of them connected to the same thing, which is not a possibility. So I just got a phone call with the question, hey, can you take a look at it, at all the other floors, and just double check to see if any others need adaptation, like need modification, or just have the arrow point to a different thing to connect it to. And so I did that for all the floors that still needed to be done. So basically from where they were to where I am working on, which is like 6 floors. No big deal. And I've noticed I think a total of like 9 things wrong. Which I wrote them all down because he's gonna be back tomorrow hopefully. And then we can talk about it. Like, because of course I've only been working there for a couple of months. I'm still a rookie. I still need to be properly trained on everything. Get it? Trained while I'm driving a train. Heh. But it's so basically all the work yeah, exactly. All the work I do.
Sure. How do you keep lowering this bar?
I don't know. But I can go lower.
It really requires a type of skill.
Yeah.
At least in theory, anyway.
But like, all the work I do, like when I just started there, it was quite like everything I did was checked like immediately. Now it's like occasionally just drops by. Like, can we just check what you've done? Then we check what I've done. Decide what needs to be changed potentially, or what is fine as it is, and then I continue on with the next thing. It's really nice to already get some freedom and some trust after just like I've only been working there for 1.5 months, which is good.
If they're not trusting you with anything after 1.5 months, then you should not be working there, probably.
Well, or you're just incredibly incompetent.
Or that, yes.
Don't underestimate incompetence.
But I know you a little bit, so I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Yeah, if they don't trust me within like within this time frame, then there are problems. But the work you do isn't just it isn't that difficult. It's just there are a lot of little details with things like how many things are allowed to be connected to one module and everything. You know, it can be a challenging job sometimes. But the worst case scenario, I just get a big puzzle, which I enjoy doing. Because I just get to do a big puzzle, and you know they get to see the work that I did, and they say, "Alright, well, good stuff. Just change these things a little bit." I do that. It's uploaded into the system, and the system we work in is also great. You have a trash can, and if you throw something in like if you accidentally delete something, which you know then deletes it for everybody, so. Be careful. It throws it into, you know, the same trash can, like the same type of system.
Sounds like he has already found out.
No,
Yeah.
well, at some point, yes. But like with nothing major. Just shit. I needed a previous version still. You know that thing where you delete something thinking you don't need it anymore, and then it turns out you needed it. Like cooking and throwing away the box with the recipe on it, and then you have to look through your trash can again to find it because you don't remember the directions.
If you need directions for cooking, then you messed up big time anyway.
Well, you know how you sometimes have those like boxes with just like some pouches in them with spice mix or something that have directions on the back?
Those are recipes. But
Yeah,
what are you doing with directions?
Take a left here. Straight to the drawer with the pans. take one out. Then take the next left to the
I mean,
to
at
the
that point, I'd
stovetop.
be scared that the person who wrote this recipe knows where I live. and where I store my ingredients.
Yes. Like, like the one that made like the box knows your
Yeah.
entire house. It knows your kitchen. No,
Yeah.
but
And now go to the cabinet on the right. Just knows the layout. That'd be quite concerning. Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of cooking, after this podcast is ended and my stream is ended, I'm gonna finish baking brownies.
Also, speaking of cooking, when?
When shirts.
Oh, we're cooking here.
That depends, but I feel like it's easier to combine the two if all three of us want to be there with the cooking. You know, it saves up
Yes.
around. Let me think. Hold on. Let me calculate. I think it's around 125 kilometers to get to you. So we do that times 2. My car runs 1 in 16, so we divide it by 16. That's 15 and 5/8 of a liter, so we make 16 liters at a price of €2. That's 32 bucks saved.
In theory, anyway.
Yeah, in reality it's probably going to be more like 40 because, you know, you use a little bit more fuel. Because, yeah. That's just how that works. You use a little bit more fuel because, you know, you have traffic and everything. You're not just doing it at a constant speed. Speaking of traffic, there are some actual idiots on the road. To the point where I'm starting to flash my lights. I had somebody brake for a green light recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I started flashing my lights like 3 times, like, look the fuck up at the light. Don't stare at your phone. Just look. It's green. That means go. It also didn't help that I had a van up my ass the entire time. Like, he did not want to get off my rear
That
bumper.
That does sound uncomfortable.
That does sound
Yes.
mildly inconvenient.
Oh shit, shit.
Although
Brake. Why was that switch switched?
I mean, he
You're
could
on
be
it.
into it. We don't know. But
Maybe it helps him get to work faster. You can just sit down and start driving.
With
yeah,
a van
he
up
has
your ass.
motorized Heelys, but for his ass.
Like, you just sit on the road and you just scoot along.
Actually, has somebody ever tried that? Like motorizing a Heely? And see what happens?
I wonder how you're gonna do it. If you're gonna use a tiny hub motor, otherwise it's gonna be annoying. Like, you have to keep it within the sole of a shoe. Like, that's the main issue, is size. Where you're gonna store the battery.
You know, this was a hypothetical.
You know me.
I-
You know I immediately
I
go
d-
into this. And just
I know. I do
think,
the same. But
we're engineers.
point.
What else are we supposed to do? Like, I still have multiple projects that I should actually organize a little bit so I know what I have and I know what I can work on. Like, I still want to basically make a machine that you just put a bunch of syrup into and a bunch of water and you give the amount, like, the size of your
well,
bottle,
that
your
thing
glass.
still.
Yeah, I still want to make that at some point. I also still want to make
You're
it.
still going on about that thing.
Yeah, I want to make that so I can basically get the lemonade that I got from London once again, which is incredibly strong. Like, it is like quadruple strength.
That does not sound healthy.
Well, it just means you use a lot less syrup per glass of lemonade, which means one bottle lasts you forever, basically. Or if I drink a lot of it, half a year. Yeah. But it's like one I think 1 tablespoon per 300 milliliters, which is like 50 milliliters per 300, which is quite a lot of water compared to syrup. But what if you put a different kind of syrup in there, you know? You might do that. Well, now you have to change the amounts you use. Meaning that you now have to either change the device or you program it into it and have it work that way. Like, it basically have a keypad where you can say, alright, it recommends this, we're gonna do that, calculate how much you need, calculate the size, like you have the size of your glass, and then you just fill. And also an entire drinking system for my room, so I can be lazy and press a button with a straw in my mouth. Would be smart for sim racing as well, so I can drink while sim racing.
Weren't you originally talking about needing more exercise?
Yeah. So sim racing.
Joe, buy a sword and start practice.
No, I'm gonna start sim racing. I should actually do it again. And if I do it a
wait,
bunch...
Sim racing is not... Okay, it's a little physical, but not that physical.
I also just realized.
Depends on how much you do it. It is a real exercise for your arms, depending on how strong you set the force feedback.
I don't think
You
you.
should
I don't
not
think.
be setting the force feedback that high.
Hey, I just realized I don't think Bush can use a two-handed sword.
No.
He,
Well-
he would have to go into Roman sword fighting, I guess.
Well,
I
I do still have my
carry the
tennis
gigantic
stuff,
shield on his.
I do still have my I still have my tennis stuff, so I can always just start playing tennis again.
Dude, he wouldn't even have to think about holding it up like most people, so
Well,
you know,
here's
he
the
has
thing,
that
though.
advantage.
But here's the thing, though. Historically, they would really like insist on using your right arm.
Which
Not too bad, I guess.
means using your left arm would be more of a surprise, because your enemy would, after fighting you a couple of times,
I know,
expect
but in the Roman army, you could not get away with that. If you were a
Yeah.
Roman soldier, you would use your left arm. Or your
armies
right arm. Left
armies
arm is for
are
shield.
notoriously not flexible about everything. Like,
No.
they are just like, oh, you want to do things slightly different to make them work for you? We will not
There's
allow
a-
for that.
There's a book series. I've only read the first, I think, 3 books. If I translate it to English, I thought it was like Ghost Hunter, basically. And which is literally about a kid who, because he writes left-handed, could not get into school, could not get a job, all that because of like medieval period shit.
Yeah.
And so his mother is like, well, I've called over the local like ghost hunter, and you go train with him.
Honestly,
so
it would
now
be
we
way
catch
better than going
witches.
to school. Just hunting ghosts.
Yeah, it was pretty. It was a pretty fun series. I might look into the like later books.
I mean, it's any news. Then is it? They found new dinosaur fossils, like the oldest one
nice.
yet. In Argentina, they found it, and they estimate it's around 230 million years old.
Huh. That's quite big.
That's quite old.
Yeah, I don't know since when has age become a size measurement, but I guess now it has.
Well, there's the people that argue that time is the 4th dimension, right?
Huh, apparently, I always find it funny when the news start talking about a mental health thing. Like, it first happened during the peak of, like, COVID-19, where they suddenly found out that teenagers and children also have mental health. And apparently they just figured out that gay people also have mental health and are suffering more than straight people. Which is a thing.
Right. So,
Which is quite an obvious thing once you think about it, considering
Yeah.
there's a lot of hate towards them.
yeah.
In
I
the
mean-
meantime, we as men we should support the gay people, because not only does it mean there's less competition with just one man being gay, but they often take another man with them, which means way less competition.
Yeah.
I mean, that's one way of interpreting it. Yeah, sure.
You know, if everybody's forced to be straight, then there's gonna be more competition. So, you know,
I mean, to be fair though, have you seen how a lot of like dating apps are like, men, we need you back
eh.
because there's not enough men on there.
Well, have men finally realized that dating apps are just Like-
No, it's because a lot of those dating apps also made the same article saying like, leave us alone, men are too aggressive and all that.
yeah.
So we were like, okay.
I'm like,
And
alright,
now
we're
like,
not
"Wait,
welcome.
Come back, no.
It's like, oh, we are not welcome. Fine, we'll go. Then we went, and then they were like,
Yeah.
oh no, wait, we didn't actually mean it. Like, what in a mixed
Yeah.
messaging bullshit is this?
Yeah.
Like, if you want to make sure that the men stay on the platforms, you know, that's also a thing with dating websites or apps and everything. I saw an actual post at some point that somebody got liked 1,000 profiles of women, and only got a date with one of them, and even that didn't go through. Which also shows that a dating app for a man is just not the way to go. Like, sure, I'm sure for some people it has actually worked out. But for most of them, it's just not there. So for all the men out there, good luck. You know,
By the way,
yeah.
we have been going for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, so we might want to wrap it up.
Wanna wrap it up with what? What kind of rap?
Well,
Music? With like music, a musical rap,
What?
or, you know?
No, rap like the bread.
Yeah, I was about to say like the bread, and if so, do you want like you want like? You also have like white or brown bread. Do you want that type of stuff? You know, what
No,
kind
no,
of
no,
bread?
Does it just turn into a Subway?
What is it called again? The yellow one.
The cornbread.
No.
The yellow one. Sounds a little racist.
Roti.
Oh yeah, that stuff is delicious.
Yes.
Sounds slightly spoiled, but yes.
God damn it!
Oh my god.
Like that one is on my level.
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
I think it's still slightly better.
Like, it's bad. Like, if you want to see it as bad, that I'm self-conscious enough to know that it's bad. But then again, it might be worse to the fact that I just don't care. Like, I know my sense of humor is not there. I'm still gonna make bad jokes though.
Can we end it?
Well, I mean, do you?
Why do you want to end this absolute comedy gold?
Yes.
No particular
How dare you?
reason. No particular
How
reason.
dare you kill
Do you want to
our
make raps?
comedy gold?
Is that why we have to stop? Are you gonna make some raps for like it's like lunch for tomorrow?
Oh, if only I could. But I don't think we have any.
Well, then you go to the store because... Oh wait, you live in the middle of nowhere, so they probably close earlier than
No,
10.
actually, they are open until like 9.
Huh, we have stores here open till 10.
But why would you go to the store at 10?
I don't know. Some people do.
Dinner?
Actually, I don't know what time they close in Venom, but
It's fairly obvious, right?
Anyway.
You gotta have dinner.
Yes. Actually, I've known people that have had dinner that used to have dinner at midnight.
Dude, if I'm free, like if I have nothing to do and my parents aren't home, I will have breakfast at like 10 or 11. I will have lunch at 3, and then I'll have dinner at like 8.
So
Oh, I didn't
had
get a
that
time bonus.
today, only I had like lunch at like 6 or something.
Oh, you still need to have dinner, I see.
That is just called dinner,
Uh,
actually.
It was to the point like, do I go for lunch now or do we just wait out dinner? At this point, that was kind of the problem.
Yeah, but oh, I
So I
feel
just
like
had dinner.
I feel like it does actually leave if we don't have any more news.
No, I don't think so.
I don't see any new news. There does leave one thing left to say, and this is gonna be for my stream. The usual outro for the podcast. No, wait, I'm gonna end the podcast, then I'm gonna end my stream.
It's gonna
But
make it
for the
so much more confusing.
yes, for the podcast, it does leave us one thing left to say. We're not experts.
But we were here.
With that ended, I'm gonna
Alright,
deafen
cool.
myself so I can actually end my stream.
Alright.
Like that. Then we do the button on the stream deck, which actually works again. And yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here because, yeah, bike. I'm tired. Too tired. But yeah, if you like what you saw and want to see more of it, make sure to let me know. It has already been 4 years now that I've been going at this. Still a lot of fun. And I'll definitely continue, so don't expect me to stop just yet. I'm enjoying this way too much. And yeah. Next stream will be, as you can see on top of my head, actually, will be tomorrow. Will be Stormworks. We'll be continuing with the modernization of a ship to get a monitor to properly work, get everything to just function, get more monitors involved, so I can actually, instead of having dials and buttons and throttle levers, I have a monitor with touchscreen. But yeah, that will be tomorrow. I wish everybody a very pleasant evening, night, morning, or afternoon. And for me, goodbye.